Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Nicole Francesca and I am trying to create some passive income with some digital artwork I'm doing. By day, I'm a UX designer, and by night, I work on some fun stuff, drawing and selling it through different mediums. If you are interested in learning more about that, please comment below. Otherwise, I primarily do tutorials on here for Procreate. If you haven't heard of Procreate before, which I'm pretty sure you have if you are watching this tutorial, just an app that you can use on an iPad. It allows you to, do a bunch of fun artistic things like draw, paint, color pencil even, without lugging around that huge entire art box that you might have. For today's tutorial, I have been wicked inspired by greenery and plants, kind of like the ones back there. I decided to do a quick drawing of some potted plants that you might find indoors. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and without further ado, here's the tutorial. For this video of drawing recently got some houseplants that I am loving, and I think bringing some greenery into your home can really brighten some things up. So let's see here. So the way I do is that let's start with some shapes, and then I like to use a completely solid brush so then I can drop in colors and select areas. So let's see here. And it's just a simple pen that you can draw with. So, and these don't have to be perfect. They can be all kinds of funky shapes. I do like to round some edges if I have to. And we're just gonna refine them a bit. So we're gonna call this layer, we're gonna hit light burn, there we go. And let's call this planters. And let's start adding some color in there. So I'm just gonna hit automatic, select one in the pot, and then I'm gonna go into my colors, or how about let's erase first. So you can see that the object is still there, it's just now erased. And only this area that is selected will be able to have any kind of color on it. So I kind of want a moody blue actually for this pot. So let's go into everything but watercolors. This is a brush that I got off of Creative Market, and I'm really loving the detail and textures I can get with it. Let's just fill this with color. So you can tell already that it's getting some watercolor texture. So now that we got some of this on here, let's go in and see if we can make this a bit moody and more watercolor. So I want to start creating some pools of color like how actual watercolors would be. So I'm just going to take this and we're just going to kind of just fill in some texture and color and Woolly Pronto watercolors from that brush set that I downloaded. I like this woolly water blender. Pools of color like it was actually watercolored. But as you can see, if you drag in from the side, it's going to pick up that white that is outside here. Just be aware of that. We don't want to overdo it. We kind of want it to reflect that this is still watercolor. So watercolor is not perfect. We don't want to blend too much. So I like to go back down into or up to everything but watercolors, and these are really great for wet on wet textures. It's looking pretty good. Now for this pot to look like it actually is watercolor, I like to have an edge on it. So I'm just going to go up to this hard edge, and this brush is very particular about the way that it is used. So I just like to trace the edges. I like to mark out some of these like it actually got a little bit as if I'm actually watercoloring. But I'm going in and recreating these details that normally would show up naturally on the paper. So I think that's pretty good. Let's move on to the other ones. So I'm just going to deselect, select this again, hit automatic, select the one that I want, then we're just gonna go in and erase. So I know I had colors here for reference, but I kind of want to do a gray, a warm, misty gray. And let's see what we can do with this one. So I kind of approach all these different, depending on what I'm going for. So it gives me a seafoam gray, which is what I was looking for. And I just messily go over everything. Okay, so hopefully this recording will work a bit better. So, what we did before my battery stopped working was we took off the bottom of this plant. I'm just going to go in and move it by freehand selecting it. And let's just bring it down a bit. Then move it. I think that looks good. And then for now we'll just leave it like that. Or, you know what? Let's get rid of the part that is awkward. So now we're gonna go in and blend some of these parts out a bit. We got our trio of plants. I'm just going to show you how to adjust these so that they all look even. Awesome. So these are your trio of plants. Hopefully this was a good tutorial to start off with, and I will see you in my next video.